Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So today we're going to be trading with a pretty big group of people. We'll be doing small share size today, following the RV strategy again. So what we do on this channel is we find different strategies out there, either from other YouTubers or online or in different books, and then we test them here to see how they're doing. So we've kind of evolved a little bit about how I'm presenting that to everybody, but that's basically what we're doing. So the RV strategy, which came out last year in March, February, March, I think it was, they came out with a book right after it, the $1 Million Margin Club, that became a bestseller. So we started trading that strategy around back then. If you look at some of the older videos, you'll see this channel really isn't very old. And then we just never looked back on that strategy. It works really well. I have a link to the book that's about that. It's called Day Trading Volume 1, and it has exactly how to lay it out, how to trade it. But you can look in the video archives and see all that as well. Some of the other strategies we trade here are the open strategy. There isn't really a book out about that strategy anywhere. I do remember learning about how to trade the open many, many years ago by somebody else online. And I kind of took those general guidelines and kind of converted it a bit, because when Day Trading for Success started this channel, really it was trying to come up with something that was easy for somebody to make a living, maybe $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day. So we're still looking for those strategies to do that. So the open strategy, there's many of them, and there's a new book coming out by the $1 Million Margin Club about that too. They finally gave a release date, guys, and it's August 24th of this month. That book and its companion book will be being released at the same time. I know that the $1 Million Margin Club members should be getting a copy to edit sometime soon, and to look at it and everything. So hopefully that you guys will get that book. That strategy, I'm running at 90% at. The RV strategy, you'll see me. It looks like 80-90% overall. It's probably more like a 75% accuracy. Now the open strategy says it's only 61 to 66% accurate. They're not claiming a real lot, the writers or the designers of the strategy. I personally find it, I mean, if you have scalping skills, you can probably do better, because I'm doing better on both of those strategies. Another book I'll have a link to, you're going to want to get. It doesn't have a strategy. It's called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And I tout these books every video, guys, so sorry if you've heard it before. But for the beginners out there who are struggling and having so much trouble, not setting a max loss or per trade or per day, or losing confidence when they trade a strategy and it doesn't work for them, he really walks you through how to trust yourself and how to approach every trade that the probability is it will go against you no matter how good it sounds. If you enter with that kind of mentality and you put in safeguards to help yourself, it's really the best. It's really the best book out there. Make sure you read this, guys. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so this is a teaching channel, teaching through entertainment. Seek the advice of someone you trust. Seek the advice of a licensed person. Don't try to emulate these strategies without doing that. And make sure you trade in a simulator and get green for many, many weeks or months prior to trading with real money before you try to implement these strategies or any other strategies you see online. So the fourth book I will tell you about, or the third book I will tell you about, is the put out by Tom Hougaard, which is Best Loser Wins. That's another one that kind of gives you the confidence to hold trades longer, how you should do that, how you don't. You definitely get out when it's hitting your max loss or it's breaking your trading plan. But there's no reason not to stay in if it keeps making money, So that's kind of what I always felt when I traded, and finally somebody put it in writing, Tom Hougaard. He talks about a lot of things, but I mean, that was one thing that really resonated with me. So those three books, and then another one put out by the $1 Million Margin Club is the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, which is incredible, and that has all these writers and their data put in there, all these researchers who that gives credit to from all these different YouTube channels and books and everything. And it takes all their data along with the $1 Million Margin Club, which is vast, of back testing, and rates. It's the first book that's ever rated the accuracy of candlestick patterns that I've ever seen. Nobody's disputed that. I haven't seen one, and it's really good. And you can see when you come across these patterns. So if you're day trading, and you'll see me call them today most likely, you really should know your patterns. With the advent of COVID, so many more day traders came in, understanding from YouTubers and stuff how to read patterns and books. That they started to become more self-fulfilling. More and more people trusted them because everybody would move in and out at the same pattern, thereby making it more reliable. So that book kind of came out at the perfect time to capitalize on that for new traders, because so many more traders came into day trading, last year and the year before. So knowing your patterns is a must. That book has flashcards. There's another book that they connected to it that you can just sit and study over and over and over. It's kind of like a crossword puzzle book, but about patterns. I would highly recommend those. I'll stop talking about books, but those 5 books, you probably own them if you're already a trader. But if you don't and you're new, start there, besides just watching lots of videos. Now, I have tons of video archives that cover pretty much everything in the books. So you don't have to buy them if you want to watch all the videos here. You should watch them all 10 times. Pretty much everything's in there, but obviously books are better. Now, this particular strategy, the RV strategy, which is one of my favorite, has made a couple of millionaires on this channel. If you read the comments, you'll see a lot of people are making probably anywhere from $500 to $5,000 a week, like a lot of people. Some people are still struggling, as with anything. You should expect to spend a couple of years on day trading. If you think you're going to be the one that just figures it out in a week, well, you might be, but that would be a miracle, because we all think that when we start, like, I got this, and it's just not. No. People struggle for 3, 4, 5 years sometimes, and a lot of people just give it up. They just give it up because they can't deal with the losses or can't deal with the emotional stress. That's why trading in the zone is so good. But you shouldn't give yourself a break. I mean, minimum 2 years. Minimum. You may have some luck there, but that doesn't mean you have it. Excuse me. I got one of those things where it's like, makes one eye water in my throat. But so and people will beat themselves up because they think they got it, and then they'll get a max loss, a horrible loss, and then they lose all their confidence, and then you go into trader rehab and you do stuff like that. So I just recommend reading Trading in the Zone, and also getting books that have specific strategies that you can follow, that you can walk along. Find channels that are not just trying to sell you courses, but actually showing you different ways that trading might go for you with different strategies. Sorry, I've got something dry in the back of my throat. So the way we monetize is obviously you guys subscribing, thumbs upping, viewing. That gets us a small amount of money for the small amount of staff here. I have Charlie's handling the chat over here, and we have a small studio here with a bunch of people in it trading, and then we have a bunch of people up on Zoom here trading that will be trading with me this morning. So let's break into this layout, and then we'll start trading. So this is a layout that I use for the multiple strategies that we test, which includes the RV strategy, the escalator strategy, and several different open strategies. So this is a 1-minute chart. This is a scalping indicator. So we give away 10 free indicators on this channel. This is really the best one. This is the scalping indicator. The green represents the buyers. The red represents the sellers. The blue column is the volume. And the inside here is the sentiment in the candle. You can literally see which way the candle is going to go, for the most part right here. It's the next best thing to being an expert at level 2. But when you're trading with large cap stocks, and this strategy has a $25 billion minimum market cap, 1 billion minimum float. So this is large and mega cap stocks. The level 2 doesn't help you much because it takes a lot of numbers to make that kind of a stock change of buyers and sellers in there. And remember, this is multiplied by 100, and 50 to 70% of it isn't shown. But if you're really good at reading level 2, particularly for momentum stocks, you probably you wouldn't need to use an you just need a regular volume. But this is really the next best thing, data that is just passed, like moments ago. This is just before it gets bought and sold. So that's kind of the difference between the two. Every chart you see is theoretically historical data. It's just how fast is the time frame set for. So basically, I will make this layout, and I'll go over the rest of it real quick. I'll make it available for free. Make sure if you're having trouble downloading, uploading, whatever you want to call it, a layout or a script, go to episode 189. It's like a 3-minute video that pretty much will be every mistake that you might make, and you can get these in. But I'll put a link to this layout as well as the scalping indicator today. But if you go to episode, I think it's 189, maybe 183, there's a whole bunch of custom scripts. But if you just type in free scripts, free layouts, how to build your own layout, I mean, all these different videos will come up. How to set up your scanners so you don't have to pay for a fee for it. They have that available on Thinkorswim. You know, how to set up just a chart, how to build your own layout from scratch. You know, how to see which way the market's going to go every day. You know, there's just so many videos. It's a treasure trove of stuff on this channel. So check it out and watch them all 10 times. So then down here is a minimized day chart. This is the level 2. This is an active trader 2 tool. This is the 15-minute chart. This is a 5-minute chart. There's another 5-minute minimized down here, a 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and day, all minimized. Here's the SPY on a 5-minute, the QQQ on a 5-minute, the VIX on a 5-minute, and the news down here. If you don't know all that, that's okay. But this is all set up so I can quickly lay out the different strategies that we're showing that we found elsewhere that seem to be successful, and then giving you demonstrations of how they might work for you. So the first thing you do on this RV strategy is you open up a day chart, which I have minimized here. You look at the previous day. Each one of these are a day, and you see the action from the previous day. What was the close? To the right of my picture, it says the previous day closed at $130.18. Then you look at the average true range down here over a 14-day period. I go back over that candle. It's $8.63. Now that's ATR is an actual total range, but you're trying to find the mean average of that in the center. So you divide that 863 in half. You subtract half from the close of yesterday's candle to get the ATR low range, and then add half to get the ATR high. So now out of one ATR level, we've created a range, and inside that range, you're trying to trade within ceilings and floors. So we have Fibonacci levels, and I'll show you how we get those. You open up, we're going to trade in just a minute, so I'm speeding up my delivery here. So this is on a 5-minute 10-day. You snap the Fibonacci, always left to right. It could be low to high. This is high to low. And then these levels will open up in here. So there's the ATR high. There's the ATR low. You have two levels in here. I don't know what that level is, so we're going to get rid of that right now. See, I never made that into anything, which is annoying. It was marked over there, and I forgot to save with that because I started with a 15-minute. I mean a 4-hour. I think that was a 4-hour. Anyway, so then you have the 5-minute, the 2-day 5-minute, which is down here. And this is the Fibonacci from low to high here on a 2-day 5-minute chart. You can see I snapped those, and then that is how many lines did we get in here? 1, 2, 3 more lines. So we have 5 Fibonacci levels, which are considered nature's mathematical formula that a lot of people respect. So you're trying to create channels. The other way you create channels is on the book will call out, start on a 4-hour, which is what I did, and I forgot to delete that line. There wasn't enough of them. And then go to 1 hour. And if there's not enough of them there, go to 15-minute. And if not enough of them there, go to 5-minute. As it turns out, 1 hour did it for us. So what are these blue lines marking out here? So they go further back here, yeah. So this is historical data within the ATR. Now I'm marked above the ATR and a little bit below, but the price action was already starting to go this way when I was marking these out. So I gave it some more room. You're trying to trade within the ATR range, but if it leaves, you can still use the strategy. So these 1 hours are showing you where price action stopped, pivoted, rested, turned around, and most likely it'll do that again. It's a little subjective. You try to find a mean average in here of where these are, and then you're creating ceilings and floors. You're creating channels in here. So that's the entire strategy is based on that, along with scalping skills. And as you start to trade it, you're going to find it's absolutely remarkable. We also have the volume profile in here. That's the point of control, which I call the magnet, the value high and the value low. You're going to want to look at those. You're going to want to read patterns. You're going to want to look for multi-chart alignment. We got to start, guys. I'm looking at this right here, and I'm thinking off of that fib for one thing. Is everybody ready up there? So... trouble reconciling. Come on, straighten yourself out here. So I'm going to look at the market maker to make my moves. We usually start a half hour after market opens, which is a couple of minutes. Okay, so it broke the ATR. I typically like to take positions at the ATR. So now you see how the point of control is above that. So now we're trading small share size, only 50 shares. It's not like yesterday where I made 27K in 30 minutes. This is for the people that, normal people that can afford this share size. So, yeah, this feels like it's going to pull back, guys. Wow, I already blew it. I'm going to take that. What did I get that at? So I went in at 134.09. You see the point of control and the price action is above this. So there's more. It did pull it down a little bit, but it's above the ATR. So I'm looking for it to go above and not keep breaking down like it's doing. I hope that's what's going to happen. But there's no telling, of course. Now you're going to see me reverse, and I don't expect too much slippage with, I mean, I'd like to see it get up to that fib, but it might not. Up is the Fibonacci level. I'm kind of surprised it didn't boomerang back up here, so I'm a little worried about my position right now, honestly. See if we can get up to that fib. I will reverse back. I'll reverse short again on the fib if it actually gets up there. It's close. That was 41. I'm looking at the market maker here. Now, we're not going to expect big numbers with 50 shares, so we're going to eke out a couple hundred, but I'm going to take that. What did I get that at? 40. I thought it was on the rise as I grabbed it, and I thought I was going to be more at the ATR, so that's not too good. How's it? You guys? A couple of you guys are still going long. Be careful here, so. So we're looking for it to go back down. If it doesn't get down here and it fades, I will reverse. I'm not sure. I think that it's the ATR is kind of like a boomerang. You should expect it to keep gravitating toward that until it makes a real decision. So this could be some difficult trading because AMD doesn't move like Tesla did yesterday. So we're going to have to really eke out some tight trades here. Take that 19. So this is going to be hard. Now, right now, the only thing that was really telling me to do that was the scalping indicator. Let me get a bigger lowdown on this. So a bigger bird's eye view, so to speak. So I was watching that the selling volume was going down, and I just said, you know what, it's not giving me a lot of confidence. So now, of course, it's going up as I'm going long, but still, it still creeps stair-stepping down. So that's a sign. And now you look inside. Now I don't, and now I have this, and I also had the ATR being above it, and to me, that's a big deal. So. We're going to be hanging around this ATR for a while, I think, guys. So I'm looking for it to kind of get up to the point of control and not get out quite as early as I did, which was 134.40 a second ago. So I'm hoping to get a couple $100 today. That could be hard the way this is moving. Wow, what is that? 47. I saw it hit 50 on the ask. I didn't really get it. I have trouble. I tend to, from being a momentum trader, I have my eye on the ask a lot. And trading with market, I should really just look at the market maker here. So look at how this line got respected. So I'll look to play that channel, which is 30. I'll take it right there. What did I get that at 25? So I'm looking for a rebound there. It could keep going down here. So, and I managed to eke out 50 bucks. You guys, one of you's red. Yeah, this is hard. Let's hope it actually makes a move here. This is definitely hard. Now, where none of us are doing the ask and the bid, which might be a better way to trade this right now, because man, please widen the channel. We need to widen. We need the prayer indicator up here. I traded one time with that indicator a couple, 5 or 6 episodes ago. And that was a lot of fun, the prayer indicator, where it measured good and evil. I was expecting a big deluge of, like, you know, some religions coming after me. I'm more of a spiritual person, but definitely went to church most of my life early on. So didn't take as well as God would have liked, I think. But yeah, so I was a little worried inside trading something was called the well, I know it had good and evil. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but the prayers were being measured by the traders, much like the scalping indicator. It was actually a lot of fun to trade it. So okay, so I'm looking at the ATR again here. So I don't want to get below the 50 this time because it went past it. Wow. Okay, so that time it went way past it. Well, I'll take that. What did I get? I got it at 72, right below the fib. I remember the fib was 70 something. I didn't have a chance to look up because I was watching this. So that fib would be a rejection, I would think. Yep, we got a half and half thing up there. I bet some people are going long, some people are going short. Man, I wish it would get to somewhere where we could really just hold a position. So I'm looking back for this level again, guys. I'm playing that channel like the RV strategy says. I'm trusting in the strategy and those support and resistance historical data levels. There it is. It's coming down to it at 39 for a second. No, okay. Yep, I probably could have caught a little scalp in there, 10 or 15 bucks. Here it comes down again. One of these times it might just break the low. I mean, of that channel. 38. And I'd like to, there we go. What did I get that at? 35. Okay, 5 cents above it, but I got up to $95. So I'm building a bit of a cushion here. So we'll look for the fib again for a potential reversal, depending on what everything else. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that was too strong. Look at the scalping indicator. Okay, so and it blew that too. Wow. Okay. So now I probably should have reversed. Right. It was up there, and I thought it was going to keep going. So we need this point of control to pull up if it's going to keep going long. I kind of am hoping that a lot of other people are hoping to hold out and go for a bigger move, and then it might actually, with the collective, start to go a little higher. So we are making sort of a bear flag here, so we got to be careful. Or actually, no, here's your bull flag right here on the 5-minute. Yeah, there's your bull flag. Did it go halfway down? Well, if this is the pole, then it didn't go halfway down. Read your patterns, guys. Oh, wow. Okay. I took my eye off the... So this is the out of value. I would hesitate holding this much longer unless we see the point of control pop up. I see no volume, price action volume coming in over here. You should see it creeping in. So this is a $50 trade. That's a $1 trade. I don't want to lose this, but this is a strong move up right now. Wow. Came back down off that level. Let's hold out. We've got a cushion. Come on, baby. Let's do it. Let's see you get up there. Pull that point of control up, this magnet down here. Let's snap it up there. This is a nice bull flag. So that means it should go the length. So it should get up to here closer to 136. It really should get up here if it plays that flag on the 5-minute. But some people might not call that whole thing a pull, which would mean that it broke the halfway. You know, it's very close. Oh man, I missed that, huh? Oh, I missed that. Darn it. So the buyers did drop. I should have noticed that. Now getting support down here at the fib. Let's get that to go back up. I'm holding this a little longer. I'm wishing we can get some longer moves here, frankly. So I'm holding this a little bit longer, and I'm going to think that a lot of people, and look at the MACD getting stronger over here too. And the RSI says we're overbought, so that's a little dangerous. But this is a definite, my opinion, I would call that a bull flag. So there could be arguments about that, which means we're going to get it up to like should be like the 136 maybe, close to that. So let's see if a lot of other people because it'll go the length of the pole. So I don't want this to flush all the way down again, guys. It's stopping at the higher value, so this is a resistance. It has to break to get up there. It's getting to be such a big trade now. I'm going to reverse no matter what. Let's just say we'll hold out a little bit long. Buyers are on the rise again, see, on the volume. So that's giving me confidence. Going to break through the 70 line. It did. It broke through the 75 line. Can it get up to the 136? That would be the end of the pole, roughly. I mean, I didn't measure it exactly. Wow, that's a $70 trade for 50 shares. So I'm getting ready to get out at now remember, even dollar amounts too, guys. You know, the 136 would be an even dollar amount. How much action do we have above that? Way above it after that. So I'm looking at the market maker there. I'm holding out. It's a nice strong climb. People are playing it like a bull flag, no question about it. So let's see. Man, it's starting to get lower lows on this candle. Go back to higher highs here. Looking at the market maker move. I don't want to take my finger off the reverse. It might just hit the 136, tap it, and then plummet. So I won't even wait for it to hit the 136. Yeah, anywhere in the 90s, I'm just going to grab it. So I freaked myself out. So I've got a short at 135.94. Now my point of no return would probably be halfway up this channel because those voids can suck it all the way up maybe to the next fib. So we got to watch that. I would call for it to, now this is the 20 moving average. I mean, that's the 9, I mean, this is the 20. That's the VWAP. So because the VWAP and the point of control are right below this fib, I would look for a rejection down here if it goes this way. And if it goes this way, that's the outer value of the VWAP up here, higher level value. This is the outer value of the volume profile. So breaking those two, it just broke that, would make me think I've got to go the other way. So we're just seeing what it's going to call out here. We're going to be trading for a half hour. It looks like I'm going to make my 200 unless I mess up here. So that's 2 points on 4 points, I'm sorry, on 50 shares. So let's see if I can do that. Now it's coming down to the 9. Anywhere here it could just flip around. So of course that can happen anytime, anywhere. You guys know that, but you know, my job is to make it sound like I absolutely know what's going to happen and convince myself too. Gotten pretty good at guessing, but it is reading. You know, that's why I'm making such a thing about letting you see what I see, because you can see the exact same thing. Like right there, bouncing off the 9 in that level 135, I am losing confidence that this is going to continue to go down, and I need to get ready. It's already a $23 trade, so now this is a tweezer move at the top here. I just picked up on that, and the 5-minute. So that could mean that it goes the length of the previous candle. So on the 5-minute, so that's a tweezer move. So that is a strong downward move. I'm going to look for the fib or just above the fib to turn around and just bank it. I'm going to take it now. I didn't let it go all the way down there. 35.13. Oh wow, I'm way higher up there than I wanted to be. Yeah, I'm going to reverse again. I don't like my position. I'm just going to get out of that position. So now I'm short at 135.15 right in this area again. I don't think it's done. I think that was a little bit of a retracement, but the fact that it didn't even break that level, I did not like my position. I'd rather hold it to the fib or beyond, maybe to the ATR, but I could be wrong. Now, you know, the sellers weren't exactly giving me confidence right here because overall volume went down. In the last candle, it didn't break. It barely broke where it was. So as you can see, and now it's giving you an inverted hammer move here. Look at it. It is doing the whole length on the tweezer. All right, get ready, guys. It's 34.93 at the fib for sure. I would not play it any longer than that. I'm going to take it right there. What did I get it at? 70. I got it at 74. I got it at the fib. So now it's on the VWAP. Oh man, is it going to keep going? Is it going to? Oh, it's breaking the ATR. Oh, sorry guys. I went on the fib thinking that was it. But if I get this, if it breaks this level, that'll probably be like a $10 loss or so. I would reverse down here. It does seem to have stopped. It scared me there, but so we're doing a swale here, hopefully, and it's going to swale right back up. It did its move here for the most part, didn't? Yeah, it did. It completed the entire tweezer move. Learn your patterns, guys. It did the bull flag move on its entirety, and then the tweezer move on its entirety. So those are like no-brainers if you didn't look at anything else. Those two patterns are called out in the book. I think the tweezer's like over 80% accurate. I think the bull flag's 82%. So that's in the candlestick pattern playbook. And you just see them here, day after day after day. Now the ATR is also like a magnet. So now you saw the way I set up that ATR, and it might seem random to you, but it is definitely for this strategy. But so many strategies I found do the exact same thing. They divide the ATR in half and set the levels. Some just do the entire ATR one direction and the other direction. But most know that on large caps, most of them don't move the entire ATR in a day. They move half the ATR in a day. So people developed years ago, strategies to mark that ATR in a way. So it's kind of consolidating down here, guys. Is it going to just stop at the fib? Wow, this is just it's just stopping at the fib. Guys, I'm watching everybody else up here. I'm going to reverse there, guys. I don't like the look of that. I think I lost a little bit of money on that trade. So, yeah, I've got it at 134.64 short. And it just seems to be doing that thing it started at the beginning where we can't make any money. So I think I should be happy that I broke 200. It's just sitting at this fib and between the ATR and the fib, and you have the magnet right in the middle. I went the wrong way. Now it broke the fib. So now I'm feeling, so, you know, it's sort of a ladder bottom here. That's a pattern. If this continues to go up, then I have to reverse for a loss. But it's going back down to the ATR again. So, hard to call here. Nothing's definitive. I'm trusting the scalping indicator at this point. You know, sellers did go up a bit there for me on this last one. As you can see, they're higher here. There's no pattern to call out except the ladder bottom, which would mean it would go up. But it could go a couple across here before the ladder can be called. So And remember, my platform set up pretty sensitively. Watch episode 3 to show, it shows you how to do that. So you can, but a lot of times the patterns they don't really call out the wicks the way my platform. So I call them shadow wicks because it's, damn. Wow. So I missed that. I missed that move. There was a little scalp here, and now it's halfway up, so I'm really getting into trouble. I had a $50 max loss, by the way, but I don't want to get to it per trade, which is I try to do it per share size. Yesterday, I made it 1,000 because everybody was saying that, but in my mind, I'm like 1,500, and it did go up to that, and I didn't get out. And people probably screaming at the screen when they watch it, like, what are you doing? You're supposed to do the max loss. You're the teacher. Like, no, I'm a trader first. And I, too, get caught up in the moment. Sorry. That's why I say seek the advice of a financial advisor. I try to, though. I do try to. Okay, here we go. And I just fail sometimes, guys. I try my best. I'm going to take that. 36. So I took it at this level, a little higher than I wanted. Sellers were going strong here, but it was just seemed to be hitting and going back up, hitting and going back up. I'd like to see this ATR boomerang it back up. Got back up to 245, so for a minute there I thought I was going to lose below 200. And you see how in the MACD, you know, these buyers have gone down and I'm going long, but it didn't exactly. You can see this whole consolidated area, which is just a mess. It's very hard to trade. AMD can be difficult to trade. If I would wish I was trading like 1,000 shares, and then this money would be a lot more. But here we go. It's hard to eke out a couple $100 with 50 shares, but you know I did do it, so that's good. Okay, the fib might reject it here. So I'm looking for a rejection off the fib, depending on the strength that hits it. But the scalping indicator is at 97, 100%, 92%. That's strong. I was looking at the numbers down here. That's giving me confidence to stay in. If this volume surpasses that volume, then it's even more. Now it's going back down. Okay. Darn it. I had like $15 there for a second. It went below the ATR. I could have captured that on a trade there. Wow, too bad, huh? Okay, here we go. Oh, is that what I think it is? Yeah, so that's an inverted hammer at the bottom of a 1 minute. What does it look like here? Yeah, it looks like an inverted hammer here too. So that is telling you it's going to go up. That is a pattern right there at the bottom of it. Some people might not call that a trend, but if you start from right here, that's a trend down just generally. This is almost like an abandoned baby here, sending that up. Tweezer down. And now, if I look at that pattern, that's a good pattern for it to punch through this fib. But yet, I will get ready. And you have a line right above it at 86 cents. Going to blow through that. Then it could suck it right through the void if it gets through that, guys. Darn it, it's not going to go through that fib. Come on, guys. See the buyers weakened right when I was calling them out as being good. Should have reversed there at the fib. That was a trade I missed right there. Now it's trying it again. I'm less likely to get it now because it seems like it wants a breakout, almost like a flat top here. Hit here, here. The 15-minute people are seeing it go green. 5-minute people haven't quite. Each higher time frame is more respected. More traders trade than the 1 minute. Some people have a 2-minute up on their charts. A lot of people trade in a 2-minute and a 3-minute. I know there's some YouTubers that's all they do, and you just listen to them, and they do 2 and 3 minutes. I won't call out names. There are some very good traders on YouTube. And everybody has a different style, but most of the good traders don't. The lion's share of the traders aren't making videos that are making millions of dollars. They're just doing their thing and not talking to anybody. And I know a bunch of them, the $1 Million Margin Club. So they don't. Here we go. Wow, and it broke that too. So 86, it broke that. I got to take it. I got to take that right there because I just, in case it falls. The more it goes up, the more I'm worried. 550 down. $6 is going to pull back. I'm going to reverse there. I don't like the look of that. So now I'm at 134.93. I'm up here thinking that it's going to get sucked to the top up there. When you hit a void like that, a lot of times with no historical data to stop it, just a lot of times. Everything's a probability, guys. But I'm playing it that way. This took the volume lead down here in the scalping indicator. The pattern is a reversal here on the 5-minute. The pattern is a reversal on the 15-minute. And it broke through this level. So that means that both of those are reversing going up. So that's how I'm calling it. I'd like to see the point of control pull up to give it a boost to stay in this position much longer, honestly. Getting worried. Man, I just slowly got myself up to 270 there. 35, 15, 22, 23, 20. I got to take that. What did I get that at? 29? Okay, it looked like it was bursting through that when I grabbed it. Or, I would say that this is a turnaround that level. It could just keep going. I mean, see how the buyers are climbing up? That should have told me to stay in the move. But I see how small our profits are. When I saw 20-something bucks, I'm like, just take it. Just go for the money right now. Try to break 300 and manage a bad position for a minute and don't let it get too bad. Like if it broke up here, then I'd probably take the hit. Yeah, we only have like 5 minutes left to trade theoretically for the way we trade. So it did respect that level. Look at that. Let's see if it stays respecting that or if that's it. So I've got it at 135.29 short. Yeah, she's handling the. Everybody can see my screen, but they're busy. So and they have a big chat screen that puts big bold numbers for my position if they're worried about their position and they see what I'm doing. But everybody is responsible for their own trades. Now, one of the things we do here is, particularly when we're trading large share sizes, we have a pool. And then it's all figured out on the accuracy of trades on TraderView, a setup for each. And then the person that's more accurate, even if they don't have as much money, gets the pool's divided up based on the most accurate. So they have a way of making more money. We call it a donation. It's not gambling. I'll say that all the way to jail. It's a fun idea, though. I'm not advocating it. Sorry. But, everybody loves competition. We do a lot of competitions on this channel that I'm calling out as competitions, but not to give money from other people's money or anything like that. But, wow. You guys in this move down, I hope. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I saw somebody was long a second ago, but they aren't anymore. What's my fourth? I'm in fourth place. I'm not even in the lead. What the heck? I want to recount. You should recount that. Okay, look for the ATR to reverse. ATR reversal here, guys. Careful. I would wait till it passes the point of control because this is a strong move down. So I don't want to not take as much profit as I can. Yep, see it stop at that ATR? I swear, it's every time. It's just sitting there at that level. You've got to, now, respect at the level right below it, too. I have about a dozen trades so far. I know that I'm not going to get hit too good with the fees will be tiny with 50 shares. Thinkorswim's free, but the exchange is going to charge me. I think it's probably about 16 cents or 15 cents a trade, so not much. Okay, so the 30 could be the mark. This could be the spot. Wow, point of control pulled down. Did you see that? Okay, so I don't see volume coming in here from that, but that is going to slam it down further. It might break it through its value there. So let's keep an eye on that. I'm holding longer because of that, guys. Wow, there it goes too. I'm glad I held it. Wow, let's look for the 200 or the fib. Let's look for the 200 or the fib. There, it keeps going. This is a great trade. This is a lot of money for 50 shares. Oh my God. I got to take that 33.30 right where I saw it hit this 200, which is the 27. So that's the 200 moving average. Now, granted, that's on a 1-minute chart, but a lot of people do that. If you're watching a 5-minute, it's way down here. But that was just mostly I wanted to bank that amount of money and then manage the trade from there, because I could always some of you are still short there, which is okay, I guess. Just tapped it. It's actually resting on this one, 133.40. Never even got to the fib, I don't think, 133.18, which would have been an absolute turnaround for me if it wasn't for that 200. Now, I don't respect the 200 and the 100 and the 50 much on a 1-minute chart, guys. Let's face it. I'd like those on the daily levels, but you just don't come across them very often when you're scalping. It's very, very rare. If you have them set for the day on your, there's I think I have a script that does that for you. You know, you definitely want to respect that when it gets to those, if it happens to hit it, you know, during the day. So, this is our last, theoretically, our last minute. Now, the way the rules read, you're supposed to trade 30 minutes, but you can stay in a move if it's going a direction or not until you decide you want to get out. You cannot reverse. You just, you know, if you think it's still going your direction, and I do think it is, I'm allowed to stay in here past the 30, the thing. So if there's any way I can get to 450 or 500 here, if it goes all the way back up, that would be outstanding. Looking at the 15-minute down here, you've got the 100, the 200, and the 50 way down here. Now, this is showing you a rickshaw man or a doji, however you want to read it, or an inverted hammer if it gets thicker. But that won't close for another 5 minutes. So people aren't going to react to that. So I've got to look at this. Now, the MACD was longer on the 5-minute. But yet, if you look at the 5-minute candle, that's why you want to look at this. There's another ladder bottom. Look at that. Boom. So that's a ladder bottom. Basically, I mean, it's not picture perfect, but it's telling you that this is a turnaround here. So now it's stair-stepping up. Sellers just literally dropped off. So I'm going to stay in this move until, and then we'll call it a day, for me anyway. Let's see how far I can get it here. I mean, maybe it'll go up to the ATR again. That would be awesome. But as you can see, playing these levels, don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and watch more of the videos. I was playing these levels. I was playing the patterns. And I was doing multi-alignment when I could, and I was looking at the scalpers indicator. That's why I have all these tools here. Now the strategy, you don't have to have the scalpers indicator. It's a volume. And you don't have to be an expert at patterns, but it helps. You can just use their support and resistance lines, and you see how they're respected often. I mean, they're not perfect, but when it seems like when it blows through it, it makes a channel, you know? And then you kind of look at the channel, play the channel high and low. Some people just mark the fibs, even though the strategy says don't, do more than that. But so I'm well over 400. That's 8 points on 50 shares, so that's not bad for 30 minutes. So if I had 1,000 shares, that would be $8,000 on AMD. There would be some bigger slippage, maybe out of that much, maybe 500 to 1,000 in slippage to get me filled on market. Excuse me. Wow, guys, I'm basically going to sell out here. Just below the, yeah, I'm going to take it. I think it's going to reject off the ATR, so I don't want to lose it. So I had dreams of 500, but I could see that we're up against too much here. So, so I'm out at $435 with 50 shares in around 33 minutes, I think, is when I got out of that. And look, it did. It took this level. It didn't even go to the, it broke through the 9, but it was also hitting the 20 right there. Can you see that? So I was getting a little concerned, and I wanted to keep it over 400 in case it does a big flush here. So guys, that is the RV strategy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like I just said. I can't say it too much, right? Be careful out there. Trade in a sim. Look for the other strategies. So remember, the Open Strategy book has a release date from the $1 Million Margin Club. That's August 24th. I can't wait. So we'll be trading that a lot here because I want to. They said there's been some changes, and they stopped showing me all the changes. So I'm really, I mean, obviously they want people to buy the book too, but wicked psyched about finding what has changed, and then no longer beta testing, now just trading it for you guys. And maybe we can get that on our streaming thing too, start trading the Open. So we're basically planning to do day tradings for the day, like picking 5 to 10 stocks. Anybody who's a $1 Million Margin Club member can be part of that. So I know that I'll go into, when the strategy comes out, I'll go with you the other ways to get it. There's no charge to do it. You just have to be a member, and they want you to help them with their book reviews and their editing and stuff like that. That's all they ask. Help the community make better books with every little bit of knowledge that you have. That's what they go after. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And make sure share or watch everything 10 times. Remember to always stay inquisitive with new ideas. It's not just one trade and that's it, one strategy and that's it. Keep learning and go green and stay green out there, my friends. See you soon.